Norwalk, California. Norwalk is a suburban city in Los Angeles County, California, United States. The population is estimated to be 107,096 as of 2014. It is the 58th most densely populated city in California. Founded in the late 19th century, Norwalk was incorporated as a city in 1957. It is located 17 miles, 27 kilometers, southeast of downtown Los Angeles and is part of the Greater Los Angeles area. Norwalk is a member of the Gateway Cities Council of Governments. Norwalk's sister cities are Morelia, Michoacán, and Hermosillo, Sonora, in Mexico. History. The area known as Norwalk was first home to the Shoshone Native American tribe. They survived primarily on honey, an array of berries, acorns, sage, squirrels, rabbits, and birds. Their huts were part of the Siget Indian village. In the late 1760s, settlers and missions flourished under Spanish rule with the famous El Camino Real Trail traversing the area. Manuel Nieto, a Spanish soldier, received a Spanish land grant, Rancho Los Nietos, in 1784 that included Norwalk. After the Mexican-American War in 1848, the rancho and mining days ended. Portions of the land were subdivided and made available for sale when California was admitted into the Union of the United States. Word of this land development reached the Sproul brothers in Oregon. They recalled the fertile land and huge sycamore trees they saw during an earlier visit to the Southern California area. In 1869, Atwood Sproul, on behalf of his brother, Gilbert, purchased 463 acres, 1.87 square kilometers, of land at $11 an acre, $2,700/km superscript 2, in an area known as Corazon de los Valles, or Heart of the Valleys. By 1873, railroads were being built in the area and the Sprouls deeded 23 acres, 93,000 square meters, stipulating a passenger stop clause in the deed. 3 days after the Anaheim Branch Railroad crossed the Norwalk for the first time, Gilbert Sproul surveyed a town site. In 1874, the name was recorded officially as Norwalk. While a majority of the Norwalk countryside remained undeveloped during the 1880s, the Norwalk station allowed potential residents the opportunity to visit the country from across the nation. What are known as the first families to Norwalk, including the Sprouls, the DeWitts, the Settles, and the Orrs, settled in the area in the years before 1900. D.D. Johnston pioneered the first school system in Norwalk in 1880. Johnston was also responsible for the first real industry in town, a cheese factory, by furnishing Tom Lombard with the money in 1882. Norwalk's prosperity was evident in the 1890s with the construction of a number of fine homes that were located in the middle of orchards, farms, and dairies. Headstones for these families can be found at Little Lake Cemetery, which was founded in 1843 on the border between Norwalk and Santa Fe Springs at Lakeland Road. At the turn of the 19th century, Norwalk had become established as a dairy center. Of the 50 local families reported in the 1900 census, most were associated with farming or with the dairy industry. Norwalk was also the home of some of the largest sugar beet farms in all of Southern California during this era. Many of the dairy farmers who settled in Norwalk during the early part of the 20th century were Dutch. After the 1950s, the Hispanic population in Norwalk grew significantly as the area became increasingly residential. Airplane disaster. In February 1958, 2 military aircraft, a Douglas C-118, a military transport, and a U.S. Navy P-2V-5F Neptune patrol bomber, collided over Norwalk at night. 47 servicemen were killed as well as a civilian 23-year-old woman on the ground who was hit by falling debris. A plaque commemorating the disaster erected by American Legion in 1961 marks the spot of the accident, today a mini-mall at the corner of Firestone Boulevard and Pioneer Boulevard. The Hargett House. Built in 1891 by the D.D. Johnston family, the Hargett House was built in the architectural style of Victorian Eastlake. The Hargett House Museum, located at 12,426 Mapledale, was donated to the people of Norwalk by Charles, Chun, and Ida Hargett. The museum is open to the public for free on the first and third Saturday of the month from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Geography. Norwalk is located at 33°5425 and 118°50W/33.90694° and 118.08333W/33.90694, -118.08333, 33.9069114, -118.0833398. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 25.243 square kilometers, 10 square miles. 9.707 square miles, 25.14 square kilometers, of it is land, and 0.039 square miles, 0.10 square kilometers, of it, 0.40%, is water. Norwalk is bordered by Downey to the northwest, Bellflower to the southwest, Cerritos and Artesia to the south, and Santa Fe Springs to the north and east. Demographics. 2010. The 2010 United States Census reported that Norwalk had a population of 105,549. The population density was 10,829.6 people per square mile, 4,181.3/km superscript 2. The racial makeup of Norwalk was 52,089, 49.4%. White, 12.3%. Non-Hispanic white, 4,593, 4.4%. African American, 1,213, 1.1%. Native American, 12,700, 12.0%. Asian, 5.3%. Filipino, 2.5%. Korean, 0.9%. Chinese, 0.8%. Indian, 0.8%. Vietnamese, 0.6%. Cambodian, 0.3%. Thai, 0.3%. Japanese, 431, 0.4%. Pacific Islander, 29,954, 28.4%, from other races, and 4,569, 4.3%, from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 74,041 persons, 70.1%. The census reported that 103,934 people, 98.5% of the population, lived in households, 315, 0.3%, lived in non-institutionalized group quarters, and 1,300, 1.2%, were institutionalized. There were 27,130 households, out of which 13,678, 50.4%, had children under the age of 18 living in them, 15,190, 56.0%, were opposite-sex married couples living together, 5,045, 18.6%, had a female householder with no husband present, 2,348, 8.7%, had a male householder with no wife present. There were 1,712, 6.3%, unmarried opposite-sex partnerships, and 178, 0.7%, same-sex married couples or partnerships. 3,417 households, 12.6%, were made up of individuals, and 1,631, 6.0%, had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 3.83. There were 22,583 families, 83.2% of all households. The average family size was 4.10. The population was spread out with 29,164 people, 27.6%, under the age of 18, 12,026 people, 11.4%, aged 18 to 24, 30,138 people, 28.6%, aged 25 to 44, 23,790 people, 22.5%, aged 45 to 64, and 10,431 people, 9.9%, who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 32.5 years. For every 100 females, there were 98.5 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 95.3 males. There were 28,083 housing units at an average density of 2,881.4 per square mile, 1,112.5/km superscript 2, of which 17,671, 65.1%, were owner-occupied, and 9,459, 34.9%, were occupied by renters. The homeowner vacancy rate was 1.4%, the rental vacancy rate was 3.8%. 70,180 people, 66.5% of the population, lived in owner-occupied housing units, and 33,754 people, 32.0%, lived in rental housing units. During 2009-2013, Norwalk had a median household income of $60,770, with 12.9% of the population living below the federal poverty line. 2000. As of the census of 2000, there were 103,298 people, 26,887 households, and 22,531 families residing in the city. The population density was 10,667.6 inhabitants per square mile, 4,120.2/km superscript 2. There were 27,554 housing units at an average density of 2,845.5 per square mile, 1,099.0/km superscript 2. The racial makeup of the city was 44.82% white, 4.62% African American, 1.16% Native American, 11.54% Asian, 0.39% Pacific Islander, 32.75% from other races, and 4.71% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 62.89% of the population. There were 26,887 households, out of which 46.6% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 60.1% were married couples living together, 16.6% had a female householder with no husband present, and 16.2% were non-families. 12.7% of all households were made up of individuals, and 5.8% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 3.79 and the average family size was 4.08. In the city, the population was spread out, with 32.1% under the age of 18, 10.7% from 18 to 24, 30.5% from 25 to 44, 17.6% from 45 to 64, and 9.0% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 30 years. For every 100 females, there were 97.9 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 94.3 males. The median income for a household in the city was $46,047, and the median income for a family was $47,524. Males had a median income of $31,579 versus $26,047 for females. The per capita income for the city was $14,022. About 9.5% of families and 11.9% of the population were below the poverty line, including 14.8% of those under age 18 and 7.6% of those age 65 or over. Government and infrastructure. City government. Norwalk operates under a council/manager form of government, established by the Charter of the City of Norwalk, which was drafted in 1957. The 5-member City Council acts as the city's chief policy-making body. Every 2 years, Council members are elected by the citizens of Norwalk to serve 4-year, overlapping terms. Council members are not limited to the number of terms they may serve. The mayor is selected by the council and serves a 1-year term. According to the city's most recent comprehensive annual financial report, the city's various funds had $78.2 million in revenues, $79.1 million in expenditures, $107.2 million in total assets, $48.7 million in total liabilities, and $54.8 million in cash and investments. The structure of the management and coordination of city services is: Public safety. Norwalk is a contract city, in which the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department provides police services. It maintains its own station, which also provides police services to La Mirada and unincorporated South Whittier. At one time the station also provided contracted police services to Santa Fe Springs, but those services ended when the city entered into a contract with the Whittier Police Department. The station is staffed with 206 sworn personnel. Fire protection in Norwalk is provided by the Los Angeles County Fire Department with ambulance transport by Care Ambulance Service. Registrar/Recorder. Norwalk is the home of the Los Angeles County Registrar/Recorder. The Los Angeles County Registrar's Office is responsible for the registration of voters, maintenance of voter files, conduct of federal, state, local and special elections, and the verification of initiative, referendum, and recall petitions. There are approximately 4.1 million registered voters, and 5,000 voting precincts established for county-wide elections. The office also has jurisdiction over marriage license issuance, the performance of civil marriage ceremonies, fictitious business name filings and indexing, qualification and registration of notaries, and miscellaneous statutory issuance of oaths and filings. The office issues approximately 75,000 marriage licenses and processes 125,000 fictitious business name filings annually. The Recorder's Office is responsible for recording legal documents which determine ownership of real property and maintains files of birth, death, and marriage records for Los Angeles County. It serves the public and other county departments such as the Assessor, Health Services, Public Social Services, and Regional Planning. The office processes 2 million real and personal property documents and 750,000 birth, death, and marriage records annually and services approximately 2,000 customers daily. County, state, and federal representation. In the California State Senate, Norwalk is in the 32nd Senate District, represented by Democrat Bob Archuleta. In the California State Assembly, it is split between the 57th Assembly District, represented by Democrat Ian Calderon, and the 58th Assembly District, represented by Democrat Cristina Garcia. In the United States House of Representatives, Norwalk is in California's 38th Congressional District, represented by Democrat Linda Sanchez. The Los Angeles County Department of Health Services operates the Whittier Health Center in Whittier, serving Norwalk. The United States Postal Service operates the Norwalk Post Office at 14011 Clarkdale Avenue and the Pattison Square Post Office at 12415 Norwalk Boulevard. Superior Court. The Southeast District of the Los Angeles County Superior Court is located in Norwalk. Metropolitan State Hospital. The 162-acre, 0.66 square kilometers, Metropolitan State Hospital, a psychiatric and mental health facility operated by the California Department of Mental Health, is located in Norwalk. It has 4 different types of categories for patient intake. The 4 categories being: incompetent to stand trial, PC 1370, mentally disordered offenders, PCS 2962/2972, not guilty by reason of insanity, PC 1026, and conservatorship. Lanterm and Patrice Short, LPS, Act. Transportation. Freeways. 3 freeways travel through the city. The Santa Ana Freeway, I-5, and San Gabriel River Freeway, I-605, pass through and intersect just above its northern edge, while the Century Freeway, I-105, ends in Norwalk at Studebaker Road. Norwalk Transit. Norwalk Transit serves Norwalk and its adjacent communities. 5 bus lines operate in Norwalk and adjacent cities, including Artesia, Bellflower, Cerritos, La Mirada, and Whittier. Long Beach Transit. Long Beach Transit provides service to the Metro Green Line station via Studebaker Road from Long Beach. Los Angeles Metro. The Los Angeles MTA, Metro, provides both bus and rail service from Norwalk. The Metro Green Line light rail line provides service from the Norwalk Green Line station to Lax, via shuttle from Aviation Station, and Redondo Beach. Metro bus routes provide service to the west on Florence Avenue, Firestone Boulevard, Imperial Highway, and Rosecrans Avenue from the Norwalk Green Line station. Express routes also connect to Disneyland, El Monte Bus Station, Long Beach, and downtown Los Angeles. Metrolink. The Metrolink Orange County Line and 91 Line, which operate on the same track in this area, trains connect Norwalk, the Norwalk/Santa Fe Springs Station, with Orange County, Riverside County, and downtown Los Angeles. Economy. Top employers. According to the city's 2013 Comprehensive Annual Financial Report, the top employers in the city are: Education. Norwalk is home to Cerritos College. Founded in 1955, Cerritos College is a public community college serving an area of 52 square miles, 130 square kilometers, of southeastern Los Angeles County. The college offers degrees and certificates in 87 areas of study in 9 divisions. Over 1,200 students complete their course of studies each year. Norwalk is served by the Norwalk-La Mirada Unified School District, headquartered at 12820 Pioneer Boulevard in Norwalk, American Samoa, well as the Little Lake City School District, headquartered in Santa Fe Springs. Certain areas of Norwalk are served by the ABC Unified School District, based in Cerritos, and others by the Whittier Union High School District. Among the several parochial schools in Norwalk are St. John of God School, Roman Catholic, Pioneer Baptist School, Baptist Christian, and St. Linus School, Roman Catholic. It also contains the California Distinguished School J.B. Morrison Elementary Magnet School. Media. KCAL TV Channel 9 was licensed to Norwalk for a year in 1989 during an ownership transfer as part of a settlement with the FCC by former owner RKO General. The one-year change in city of license was barely noted on air. It returned to a city of license of Los Angeles in 1990, and the station never had any actual assets based in Norwalk. Notable people. Movies and TV shows filmed in Norwalk. Neighborhoods. Sports. The Falcon Field is the largest venue by capacity, 12,000, in Norwalk. It is the home of the public community college football team Cerritos Falcons and a major venue for track and field events.